Hi, it's Andy here, and today I'm going to be talking about a new gadget which came for a post yesterday, which was this. It's the Yi 4K Plus action camera. So I spent a lot of time deliberating between this product and the GoPro Hero 5, and so far I'm pretty happy with my choice. So let's dive in and work out and share what was in the box. So the first thing is the actual camera itself. So the camera itself, as you can see, is it's not too big. It's quite nice looking. It's got some kind of carbon fiber styling on the front of it. It's got a USB-C port on the side. This is used for powering the device, and it's also used to being able to attach an external mic if you should wish. Now, one thing to say about the external mic is I bought a cable off Amazon, which I thought would do the job, and it didn't work. So I'm now waiting for the kind of official Yi kind of a USB-C to 3.5mm jack kind of cable to come available. It doesn't look like it's available in the UK, and it looks like it's in limited supply as well on Amazon.com, so it might be a little while before I can actually test that functionality. The other thing the camera has is it has quite a nice screen on the back. It's quite bright. It's touchscreen, it's sensitive enough, doesn't mistake the inputs when you press it, and then underneath it, it has a standard kind of tripod mount to be able to attach it to whatever you would wish. Worth noting that it is not a waterproof camera like the GoPro Hero 5. So to actually use a camera underwater, you're going to need something else, but helpfully in the box they provide a waterproof housing. Now, I haven't tested this underwater yet to check it's waterproof, but I would say that the seal and the clasp on the top are very firm, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to be absolutely fine to put it underwater. Now on the bottom it's got the standard kind of GoPro kind of connector, so if you've got any mounts already or you buy any GoPro style mounts, you should be able to mount it absolutely fine on there. The other things in the box, as I said, it's USB-C powered, so there's a USB-C power USB-C cable to power it. There's no charger in box, that's worth noting, but it'll work with your normal phone chargers from my experience. The final things, the final hardware in the box is you obviously have another example GoPro mount, which you could use with a waterproof case, and it's got the 3.5 it's got the normal kind of tripod connector kind of socket on the bottom of it. In terms of documentation in the box, you get it looked to me like I got a couple of warranty cards, all very interesting, but hopefully won't need that. You got a little kind of branding thing on the back, which had their YouTube, Twitter, and support email address in case you should need to contact them. There was a brief kind of use guide on how to use a waterproof housing, and to be fair, it should be obvious. It took a little fiddling trying to open it without using this guide. If you use guide, it's a lot more simpler. Now, another thing is the memory cards. So this camera is picky about the memory cards that you can use, and as such this is indicated by the indicator in the user manual, and they also put it in a separate kind of flyer in the box as well, and they also do it when you put the camera on. So take heed of that, because otherwise your camera may not work. It's also worth saying from chatting to other people, it'd be worth upgrading your camera to the latest firmware out of the box. You can do this via the kind of application which you can do on Android or you can do on iOS. So I recommend that. It may solve some of your card problems if you've got one of the cards which works or is said to work and it doesn't work. So take note of that. And then finally, there's a small user guide as well. But to be honest, you shouldn't really need to use the user guide because the menus on the device itself are actually very easy to understand. They've got kind of drop downs, the settings is clearly indicated, the gallery is clearly indicated, and there's some gestures you can use as well. The camera also supports a kind of a voice activation for some commands, but again, when you put it in the waterproof casing, I'm not convinced how good that would actually be. Equally, I think putting it in the waterproof casing will obviously affect the ability to pick up sound. Quite a few videos you see online which people have made don't actually have any audio over it, and they're just been put a kind of music track over the top to overlay it. I think in some ways that could be a bit telling about the product. The menus itself will have all the normal things in, so you can control the exposure, you can control the autofocus, you can control brightness, you can control just about Wi-Fi, you can change the SSID name, just about everything that you'd expect in an action camera. So it's quite feature rich. Now the one big thing that this product has is 4K 60 frames per second. Now the GoPro Hero 5 does not have this, so this is the main selling point of the camera. However, it is worth saying with 4K 60 frames per second, you cannot use any of the electronic image stabilization. You have to lower the settings down, I think, to 4K 30 frames per second to do that. Also as well, there's a mode on the camera to try to remove some of the fisheye effect, and equally you could also step the resolution down to a low resolution to get rid of any fisheye out of the box by just using the camera without having to do any post-processing. The design itself, yeah, it's got this kind of carbon fiber look, which is quite trendy at the moment. You're seeing it on mobile phones as well at the moment. I wonder if it'll look dated in the future, but right now it's one of those things you're seeing in quite a lot of places. We're just worth mentioning on the flap, but again, online, some of the other videos you may have gone and watched, some people have complained about the flap and it actually staying in. On my sample, if I shake it, the flap itself does not actually move, it does stay in, but I do wonder over time, as you use it more and more to charge it, if you would see some wear and tear on that, and then the flap might actually fall out, which, you know, would detract a bit from the product. But so far I'd say it's so far so good. So that's a very quick overview of the product, from a kind of opening up and having a quick play, having gone through the box. I'll be using it in due course to test all the features out, such as time lapse. It'll do video time lapse, it'll do photo time lapse, you can do slow motion, and you can do your 4K and the kind of low resolutions as well. So far very happy with the product. Need to use it a bit more now to get a feel for it, how it actually stacks up out there in the wild. But so far I think I've made the right decision between that and the GoPro Hero 5. Even though the Hero 5 is waterproof to 10 meters without a case, I think I look at the case as being a bit of a protection for the camera, and I might actually use it quite a bit while it's in the case anyway to protect it. So I hope the information I've just run through just now was of use to you. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in contact with me and I'll try to answer them. So for now, that's it, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon, when I next have another gadget to unbox. So thank you for your time and have a nice day.